so obviously stayed late today to make some extra catches. Just how much does that help, in the day-to-day for your game?
Yeah, it's early in the season. I'm trying to get a head start. I missed a lot of time, so just put in a lot of work.
How are you feeling now, 5 days in to OTAs?
Pretty good, really good. Just looking forward to day 6. I feel good.
Seems like you're getting a lot of compliments this week. You hear from the coaches about your routes and how much sharper you are. How much have you seen that show in just the practices? How much do you feel like you've gotten better since last year?
I feel like I got a lot better. The coaches did a great job helping me develop, and I think you can see it. I feel good.
Robert Wood said last week that the wide receiver room is grimy. What does being a grimy wide receiver room mean to you?
Just getting out the mud. That's how I like to think about it.
Is that something that you embrace as a part of your game, as a part of your identity?
Getting out the mud? Yeah, for sure. For sure. Like, what about it?
Yeah. I mean, what does that add to have a wide receiver room that has that mentality?
Somebody that wants it more than other people, I feel like. Robert Woods has been a great addition to this receiver room. He's a great guy. Brings a lot of different point of views and things that I haven't really been around. So it's cool to see that.
How's Coach Zani's personality fit into that?
Coach Zani's a definition of get out the mud, real grimy, real hard worker. He likes to say RDA, but he's a dog. I'm really grateful for him.
What's RDA?
You're going to have to ask
Oh,
that.
okay. I got you.
I know what it means, but
Okay.
How much of it is your work with him that has led to the
Say,
improvement?
one more time.
How much of the work with Coach Zani has led to what we're seeing? Like anything specific that's really led to the better routes?
Yeah, I think we talked about it last time. Just keep my hip lows, being having good bursts in and out of my breaks, staying low, using my arms coming in and out of my breaks, my releases, using my hands in my releases too. Just there's a lot of work that he's helped me out with, and again, I'm very grateful for him.
How much of that stuff is the stuff that not everyone does, or like is just doing the extra things that maybe not every wide receiver does because they overlook it so much?
I can't speak on anyone else. I'm just really focused on what I can do, and that's about it.
Roman, some talk right now about Gabe Davis potentially coming in. We talked to Calvin about it. He said, look, this was a narrative that we had to deal with all of last year, so it's nothing new to you guys. Is that kind of...
I'm going to say the same thing.
Yeah, is that kind of the same mentality?
I mean, I'm welcome with open arms, but I can't speak on it, so it's cool though.
Does that motivate you, though? Would they want to bring somebody else in? Or?
Not at all. Not at all. My biggest motivation is myself, so I don't really care.
Like a room, like a chip on his shoulder with a lot to prove? When you guys are in meeting rooms, do you guys feel like underdogs, or you guys got things to prove as a wide receiver room?
Again, I can't speak for everybody. I wouldn't say I feel like an underdog, but everyone's got something to prove.
Do you feel like there's things being asked to you guys this year that might not have been asked last year, just the second year with Arthur Smith's offense, maybe growth and things that you guys want to do differently this time around?
I can't really speak on that. I don't know the answer to that question.
Okay.
But again, just like everyone else in the receiver room, whatever they ask us to do, we're going to embrace it.
How much more comfortable do you feel right now with this offense versus last year, just from a comfortable?
Yeah, I think I feel pretty good. I put a lot of work in, and just doing everything I can to get better every day. And myself, I feel like I can feel a difference.
You got 3 new quarterbacks. Do you feel like 5 days in, obviously it's still early, but you're kind of build a relationship with those guys and sort of being able to do the sort of silent communication that you need to do to have success with them all?
Obviously I'm building a relationship with them. They're all good guys, and my quarterback, they throw me the ball, so I got to see him every day, every play, so it's cool. It's been cool.
Any Michigan-Ohio State talk between?
Not yet, but
Hasn't come up?
not between me and Will, but I'm sure it's in the room. I love Will, though. I love him.
Do you anticipate maybe a 4th quarterback showing up on Tuesday?
I got no clue, bro. I got no clue.
You had a little time with Troy. How is that relationship building?
It's been awesome. I mean, me and Troy built a relationship last year, even though he wasn't playing. We work together quite a bit every day, and it's exciting to see him back on the field. He looks really good. So.
He says you're over-communicative. What does that mean?
I just like to make sure we're on the same page. I'd rather be safe than sorry, and that's just the way I always have been, and I think it helps for sure.
Do you guys feel like it's time? I mean, the team, the front office has put a lot of resources into the O-line the last couple of years. Do you guys feel like your time is coming this year, all sort of come together?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, we've been developing, and it's definitely time for us to step up. And I think we're excited, we're ready, and we're just going to keep attacking every day, and the result will keep getting better.
Jason, what kind of steps are you looking to take this year, and how do you feel your off season is?
You know, last year as a rookie, there's kind of a lot of thinking. You know, just how do I hit this block? Well, how do I do this? I just want all that stuff to become second nature, so I can really fine tune the little details and stuff like that, which I feel like it has been. I feel like haven't really forgotten anything from last year through the off season, and so I've really hit the ground running, and I feel like we're ready to take that step.
Mason, Kevin Dotson left here after playing his opposite position from college, and then he went back to his position with the Rams and has done really well. You're still at your off position. You played, about 100 games in college at left guard, and now you're right guard.
Yeah.
Tell me why that's okay.
You know, guard's definitely different than like tackle. Our stagger's a lot different. It's much more narrow and a lot less. So you do a lot of similar things on both sides. There's a little bit of a transition, but I've always known that I want to be as versatile as I can be. So I've always worked both sides, and so it's not that big of a deal to me at all. And obviously, now having a year under my belt, I'm completely comfortable where I'm at.
You lose Najee, but Jalen's back, but it's a different room. What do you make of the running back room, and how does it change at all your guys' approach?
I wouldn't say it changes our approach. We're excited. I think we have a really, really good group between Jalen and Caleb and KG. They're all fast backs, and we're just excited.
You doing everything that you're supposed to be doing at this stage of the year?
Yeah, so yeah, back in full 100% stuff. We got cleared for practice and all that. So back out here. It's been fun. So.
How frustrating was the injury and the recovery and everything? I mean, you started out so hot and then get shelved just like that.
Yeah, I think every injury is frustrating. Especially was that couple of punts into a season with a new team. But we just put a whole lot of work in throughout the season. Got the knee right and ready to roll. So sweet, all good.
Is it different holding for a left-handed kicker or left-footed kicker?
It's a little bit, but it's just flipping sides. So there shouldn't be much. Shouldn't be much of an issue. No. So. No, I've never worked with many left-footed kickers before. I don't think there's too many out there, but we've got plenty of reps in with him. It's been good. So.
Cam, you're around your guys a lot. Did you get to learn a lot during last year, or things that just kind of naturally flow over now that you're out?
Yeah, no, it was fun. It was good to watch. See it from a different perspective. Always been playing, so see from that side what for the really good punters in the league, what works, what doesn't work. Try to do as much as possible, just watching that type of thing. So.
Your vertical speed is very apparent, but what about like horizontal speed? You use crossing routes. Are those things that you feel like that you guys are going to try to unlock a little bit more this year?
Yeah, and Coach Smith does a great job at in the off season evaluating not just what we do, what other teams do, but also our personnel to try to find out what we can do better to maximize the talent and the gifts that we got on this team. And so, we've talked very openly in offense unit meetings about things that we did last year, things we didn't do last year, and some of the more things we want to incorporate because of the skill sets of the guys we have.
Robert Woods said last week that you guys wanted to be grimy. That was your identity. How is that kind of manifesting so far in OTAs?
It manifested from the day Coach Z got here, and it starts in practice. It starts now. We as a receiver room, I feel like we held to a very high standard, and so because we as players said it, and Coach Z the one who brought it here, and so we have to be grimy because in this league, everybody is so talented that your talent isn't gonna always win. You gotta have that little edge about yourself, and so it's not just about individuals. It's our whole room, and our whole room is behind that, and we're gonna show that on the field.
Who's the grimiest guy in your room?
We play for each other, I think everybody in their own facet has that grimy nature about them. Of course, you got a guy like Ben who does a lot of the dirty work for us, but then you got a guy like Rome who he has no fear in his heart. You got a guy like Scotty who ain't afraid of nobody, will cook bigger defenders, go across the middle. DK, you see what he can do. So it's like everybody in their own setting brings that griminess about them, and that's what makes a complete receiver room.
Does that kind of make up for maybe not having that, premium premium wide receiver two that's getting talked about so much?
I don't think so. I don't think. I think that's I think that's like look good for like on paper type stuff, you know. Obviously, you look at a team like the Chiefs, or you know what I'm saying, like who done won in the past. It's like football is about a team being better than another team or playing harder and executing better than the other team. And so I think this year that's what our focus is going to be on.
Did you see anything different from Mason Rudolph from the first time he was here?
Not in particular. I think when he was here, he was great. He did, like I remember saying earlier, like we made the playoffs with him. We was in a one-score game with Buffalo going to the fourth with Mason. And so, I mean, he's very capable, or he wouldn't be here. And so we have full trust in Mason, and we're excited to see where it goes.
When Gilly and Wallow were here last week, what was that like? You know, those guys developed a pretty big platform and always try to talk to younger guys.
So they came and talked to our rookies, and so, DY, the Steelers, they do a great job of just being a service to us and just putting people in front of us that, not just are like football players and stuff, but people who are going to help us in life. And so that was just another, them coming in, just trying to give us some wisdom from a different standpoint and viewpoint was helpful.
Being a young guy, not in the same position, but Minka being in the secondary, did he take you under your wing at all? And what has he kind of taught you as you're going through your career?
Just showing me how to work hard. It's a guy who's here early, taking care of his body. Obviously, he's been all pro and things like that. And obviously, we all trying to take the next step, winning the division, winning the playoff game, getting home field advantage and, making a run towards the Super Bowl.
Same thing with Slay, I guess?
Yeah, obviously, we got Paynes, trying to learn each other and stuff out there on the field. So, if we make mistakes, we obviously want to be able to grow through it. As he's here more and more. Just trying to be able to figure that out and build that chemistry.
You picked Aaron Rodgers off a couple times last year, went through pretty great lengths to get those footballs signed. What do you think it would be like if he ended up being here and being your teammate?
I think it'd be a cool thing, obviously to have another guy that's, ultimately going to be in the Hall of Fame, within a few years whenever he's done playing and things like that. And I met him when he was in the facility. He's a funny guy, so I think it'd be pretty cool.
Beanie, you got some opportunities last year. What did you take away from your rookie year?
Man, I got a lot of improvement to do. Obviously, the lack of reps late in the season, obviously, and being able to build more chemistry with the guys, as knowing more, this year than I do last year. Whether there's splits, whether there's ways that offensive coordinators like to attack guys in the slide, and just seeing more and more, and just being able to talk to Coach Tomlin more and be able to sort of change my routine, whether that's watching film, like I said, changing my body in the off season and things like that, and to know, okay, what am I going to be more comfortable at playing? How am I going to be able to move around, like run fits and things like that, seeing the fronts. So being able to play faster and things slowing down a lot more, so I'm able to make more plays.
So you know how to prepare now.
Yeah, for sure. It's like night and day. Like, it's going to be a crazy jump of what I know now versus what I knew then. You know what I mean? So just knowing what I know now is going to be a lot better and a lot easier for me to be able to go out there and make plays and just be able to go out there and play fast.